But bigger cultural impact on the NBA. Iverson versus Jordan. Sean, let me go ahead and sit with this, Sean. You ain't gonna like this. I'm gonna take my biasness aside because not because of this, because everybody think, oh, and you see who back here. I got him posted right here too. Allen Iverson, you know this, Sean. Allen Iverson was my first basketball player, my first favorite basketball player. He made me fall in love with the game of basketball. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that bias to the side. Also, I'm gonna take my Chicago Bulls bias to the side. You see Jordan right here. You see this mic. The threes is on. I got the threes over. I got the black cement threes and everything. When it comes to cultural impact on the NBA, it's Allen Iverson is not even close. This is like comparing Allen Iverson's basketball resume to Jordan resume and the GOAT. Like Allen Iverson might be the GOAT of cultural impact. And Jordan is probably like wherever Allen Iverson is ranked as a basketball player, like in the top 30, whatever. Jordan only cultural impact is gym shoes. He has no impact value at all, Sean. It's literally only shoes. If you don't bring up shoes or that he the GOAT in basketball, you can't bring up nothing cultural about Michael Jordan. Yes, he is great in the game of basketball, Sean. He's the GOAT. Him or LeBron, whatever you want to put, but he's the GOAT, right? But when it comes to cultural impact, if it ain't them shoes, it don't mean nothing. If it ain't because he was winning in basketball, it don't mean nothing. Him being and winning like he was and was a great player he was, lifted his shoe game up. And then once he started becoming the GOAT, his shoes really, really, really became a thing. Because that's why he's able to sit and resell the shoes. That's why he got the 6 rings, the final shot shoes, the shoes where he did this game, the double nickel shoes. Everything that goes for Jordan is just because how great he was as a basketball player. But when we go to Allen Iverson had a cultural impact while we wear sleeves, why we get the tattoos, why you get the braids with the hairs, why everybody can dress the way they want to dress. Allen Iverson brought hip hop to the NBA, making everything cool. So it's by far not close. I love Mike. Mike is the better basketball player. I say it too. But when it comes to cultural impact, what Allen Iverson did for his people, I'm going to say this. Allen Iverson might be like the Martin Luther King or Malcolm X of the NBA because he took a lot of hits and he crawled so everybody else in the NBA can walk, Sean. That's why all these NBA players got as much freedom as they do. Allen Iverson, everything these players doing now, Allen Iverson took the hit back then. He used to get suspended. The famous, we talking about practice interview. This is how much they hate Allen Iverson because how he was with the culture. The famous practice interview, he was going through that. I believe his friend died. And nobody talk about that part of the interview, but all we know we talk about practice because they hated that he was the culture that he had, the black culture that he had, the hip hop that he had, the thug president they thought he had. No, it was just him being himself for the neighborhood. But when it comes to cultural impact, Jordan don't stand a goddamn chance, Sean. I'm trying to tell you. I'm sorry. It's just
no, you're fine. No, you're fine. So I agree with most of what you said, actually.
Okay.
I would, I sent it to a couple of people that I trust their takes on it just because I wanted to hear their opinions on it. And I sent it to my old trainer and who actually played college basketball at Auburn and, and I played ball with in the past or whatever. He reminded me of something because I tell you, I was on the Iverson side. When I first heard, I was like cultural impact on the NBA.
My God. Come on.
I was on the Iverson side at first, but he reminded me of something. He said, "Do you remember Allen Iverson's Hall of Fame speech?"
Yeah.
And I said, "Yeah, I do remember it." And he said he spent like 3 minutes of that speech talking about how much he wanted to be like Mike. And talking about like the first time he saw Mike on the floor and how Mike, it was like from Chappelle when you saw like when he saw Rick James for the first time and he had like his arm and all that stuff. And he was like, he actually had on the Jordans and stuff like that. It was like, it's like how in awe he was of Mike. And how so many guys felt that way about Mike in terms of the NBA. If I was taking just away the NBA, if I took away the NBA part and just the culture,
Mm-hmm.
it's Iverson without question.
Right.
Just the culture, the mix of, like you said, hip hop and basketball, and really merging those two worlds, and also, you know, just that willingness to unapologetically be himself.
Yeah.
One of the things I've always liked about him. I've not had the pleasure of meeting him. I've been in the same, you know, spaces with him, but I never met him or anything like that. And I don't do the whole starstruck thing, to be clear. Like, that's not really my thing.
Right.
Ever, never has, never will be. The one person who could have had me starstruck passed away, so I would never be.
Walter Payton?
No, Muhammad Ali.
Oh.
If I had ever met Muhammad Ali, I'd have been a little starstruck. I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
But yeah, and like I said, I've met my share of like stars and celebrities, and you know, whatever. I met presidents, you know what I'm saying? So it's not a big, you know, big thing to me. Yeah. So excuse me. But with AI, the way he talked about Jordan, and how much he wanted to be like him, that was kind of the decider for me, that I think the bigger culture on the NBA is Jordan. But if you take away the NBA part and just the cultural impact in general, is Iverson without question. Because again, to me, Jordan's cultural impact outside of the NBA is just the shoes.
It's just shoes, yeah.
Just shoes. That's it.
Now, yeah. But now, see, look, when we talk about cultural impact on the NBA, right?
Yeah.
Now, it's cool. Now, once again, I still think it's the same way on the NBA, because everybody can't play as the ability of Mike. People see what you said about what he said, Allen Iverson. That was Allen Iverson just giving him his kudos because he was a fan of him. People still wear sleeves. People still wear tattoos. We used to cut socks just to wear them as sleeves, and every player in the league used to do it.
Oh,
now,
yeah.
I'm looking at players today, and I hate to say this, Sean, I don't see nobody with their Jordan leg sleeve. I don't. I see people wearing.
I mean, it's
we talk about cultural impact.
No, I mean,
I don't see nobody to play like Mike like that. Who really play like Mike?
But I mean, you just think about it for a second, right? And again, what I think about NBA, and I'm just keeping it pure NBA.
Yeah.
How many guys want to wear 23 because of Mike? Right? And I'm not saying that guys didn't want to wear 3 because of AI. D Wade talked about wearing 3 because of AI. Or whatever. But how many guys wanted to wear 23 because of Jordan? And how synonymous the number 23 became with him, and how so many guys wanted to follow that blueprint.
Right.
Yeah. I don't ever want to downplay Allen Iverson's impact on the NBA. I know it's real, right? I know it was real. I saw it. And because he's a guy, he's a couple years older than me. But, you know, again, at the end of the day, when I think about the number of guys who said, you know, I want to be like Mike, they knew they couldn't be Mike. They wanted to be like Mike.
That's not what the culture, though, Sean. That's just him because he's great at basketball.
Well, no, but that's what I'm saying.
NBA,
that's what I'm saying. NBA, that everybody was chasing him. When you talk about LeBron and people, LeBron talk about chasing that ghost. The ghost he's talking about is Michael Jordan. Like, you know, it's that's what I mean. And again, if you take away just NBA, if you just say bigger cultural impact without the NBA, it's AI without question for me. It's just because of the NBA identifier that I give the edge to Jordan.
Oh, now that's understandable. Hold on, let's see the chat going crazy on this. Let's see what the chat's saying. Ralph said, Allen Iverson had the woman interest in basketball. My sister was a huge basketball fan because of Allen. She filled our room up with Allen Iverson newspaper articles on the wall. Shout out AI. She joined the ball team because of Allen Iverson. Sturdy said, accessory is a measurement of influence. Yes, if you think somebody dressed and looked just like another player, that's influence. What do you think? Soulja Boy used to have everybody wearing big shirts and big jeans and do a crank that Soulja Boy. That's influence. People wearing the Allen Iverson, the fishbone braids. It's not called fishbone braids no more. They call it the Iverson braids. That's influence. The ball, if you hoop, they're gonna say you got a ball head like Jordan. That's influence.
It looks like you lost another one.